At the same moment, the chairwoman of the tower sees the letter from Berkt's Grand Elder, Drzekdan. It states that the issue regarding the red track will be tabled until the next meeting. The result of the red track discussion ending like this, she says that it's interesting. She also says that it's apparently due to Professor Dekulian's strong opposition to suppression. She finds Dekulian's behavior strange, along with all the professors who have gathered here. Adrienne, chairwoman of the Imperial University Magic Tower. As the most promising Archmage candidate, she possesses tremendous magical power, but her personality is surprisingly light and playful. She loves to eavesdrop when she hears any interesting story. Her curiosity about the world and love for gossip actually relate to the secret of her birth. In truth, she's half fairy, which is why she has such a personality. And of course, it's also the source of her immense magical power. Even someone like her, though reluctant, waits for a day like this, a day just like today. Once a month, the professors gather to pay respects to the chairwoman. As always, if someone's absent, it's Dekulian. That's what he says. But this time, a single comment slips out in his absence. A professor says that Lord Luina will be attending this mage conference. Luina is the one who once competed with Professor Dekulian for the chief professor position, the one who resigned voluntarily due to Dekulian's scheme. Adrienne thought they were back in the kingdom now. Lord Luina? Why now? Are they coming back to the Empire? She asks. The professor replies that if a position's secured, they'd return in a heartbeat. He also says that if that happens, it would be a huge gain for their magic tower. Lord Luina accomplished so much in the kingdom after all, compared to Dekulian, who defends the red track. Furthermore, he says that he doesn't mean that their current chief professor Dekulian is bad or anything. After hearing it, Adrienne says that if Luina returns, she will give it some thought. Lastly, she finished the meeting and tells all of the professors who haven't submitted their question papers to hurry up. After their departure, she drinks coffee while saying that Dekulian's been acting strange lately, and that exam problem. Professor Dekulian submitted, "It's too well made to believe he made it himself." She perceives that someone else must have written it. So she wonders whether she will mess with him a little bit. And if Luina, who is Dekulian's sworn enemy, really shows up, just saying it is giving her the chills and excitement. She says that it will be fun. A few days later, at the midterm exam day for understanding pure elemental magic. Alan is trying to calm down the students by saying that it's not a normal format, so he totally get why all the students are confused. But he firmly ensures that it is exactly as stated. He explains that the midterm for understanding pure elemental magic will run for 10 days. The deadline is Sunday at midnight when the Magic Tower ends its academic schedule. Each student will take the exam in their assigned private room. Of course, they will be allowed to take other exams in between. They can also eat and sleep during that time. However, removing the test paper from the room is strictly forbidden. Lastly, as mentioned, this exam will be an open book exam. An open book test. For 10 days? Just how hard is this exam supposed to be? Julia speaks. Luna says that even the final test is annoyingly thorough, typical Dekulian, since all the weird talk was left to the assistant professor. And he didn't even show up himself. Alan speaks on behalf of Dekulian. He says that the professor exactly said this. "If you get a perfect score, I'll write you a letter of recommendation under the chief professor's name." These words quickly inspired the students to at least give the exam. Mage ranks start from 1st class, Eternal, Archmage, and go down to 11th class, Debutant, but advancing isn't easy. It's not something they rise through just by attending classes and passing time. Each rank requires a promotion test, and passing that test is no easy feat. But what if they have a recommendation from Dekulian, a Monarch class, 4th rank mage? It's practically a guaranteed promotion. A wild card. While many were motivated, Luna's motivation for the exam takes a hit, since she doesn't want a recommendation from Deculane and doesn't want to be associated with him. But suddenly she thinks and imagines, what if she actually gets a perfect score and receive Deculane's recommendation? She can go on top with her talent and make Deculane grovel under her feet. That would feel so good. Instantly, she decides to get a perfect score and starts to laugh maniacally. After some days, it's day 4 since the exam started, and Ephorine Luna has hit the wall. She completed the first question in 1 hour, then the next in 4 hours, then the next in 10 hours, and the difficulty just increases as she goes to the next questions. But she admires it, since these problems are absolutely brilliant. The solving process is pure suffering, but reaching the solution gives them a kind of enlightenment they have never felt before. Did Deculane really write these problems? She thinks. She states that the joy of discovery makes it impossible to stop even in agony. She is determined to get the recommendation, but she doesn't have a clue of how to solve this question in hand. She realizes that she needs some fresh air because holding on to this too long is making it worse. Meanwhile, Sylvia is already taking a break because the last question she solved took her 30 hours. She thinks that she still wants to get a perfect score, not for grades or some recommendation, but for herself. She also thinks that every problem is so beautiful. Each one is a key that leads to a unique realization. If she can solve all the way to the final question, she knows for a fact she will grow a level as a mage. At that time, Luna greets her. Since they are rivals, both of them at the same time thought and asked how far the other has gotten. Sylvia says that she is on question number 8, while it surprises Luna to the core. She says that she got stuck on question number 7. What? Luna is only one problem behind me? Is she lying right now? Sylvia thinks and decides to go back to solving the questions. While the exam was in full swing at the tower, Deculane sensed that a great upheaval was approaching. As he reads about Emperor Krebaim, who is currently in critical condition. Emperor Krebaim was known as gentle and mild-mannered, hence why he always sought out balance between divine and imperial power. He also did not enforce hostile policies against the blood shrouds. The problem is the new king who was crowned after his death. Sophian Yekatera August von Gibrain is the current king. He is this world's most important figure and the most problematic. Deculane grasps that this world will go through a major change soon. The scene shifts, and we can see this is the last day of exam. During this period, there was a large number of students who dropped out of Deculane's marathon exam. However, the distinction between the lower and higher ranks was clear. Disregarding grades, all the students bragged about having done this exam as if it was a medal. After the exam's end, the students did not relish their freedom, but instead reflected what they learned. This was unusual and grabbed everyone's attention, and even the Magic Tower's professors wanted to take a look at the rumored exam question. And right now, the number of students attempting the last question, number 8 is 2, Luna and Sylvia. Luna is having a hard time trying to solve the last question, but she is determined to find a way to solve it. She drinks tons of coffee and wakes up all night to figure it out. Deculane and his assistant is waiting at the hallway. In that instant, a bright yellow light shines from one of the rooms. Alan wonders what is this light for. Deculane tells him that one of them has solved the question. Deculane knew who is it. He walks and gets inside the room and says, "I knew you would solve it." "Congratulations, Sylvia." Sylvia is standing in the middle of the room and tears of joy are falling from her eyes. The whole room is enlightened with the beautiful lights. Bright colors which are filled with magic elements. Even from the cool blue colors you can feel warmth, and under the stars that shine with hope within the darkness, are hot and cold while being dazzling but sharp. It's a true masterpiece. Even though Deculane was the one who made these questions, he wasn't able to manifest this beauty due to his own limits. Kim Woo-jin can be found within this question. He dreamt of becoming an artist, however lacked talent. He wanted to make people emotional with his pieces and continued to pursue art. In this question, Dekulian's aesthetic sense was also fused into this question. Because of that, Dekulian, who loves beauty, and Kim Woo-jin, who dreamt of going to art school, were both comforted by what was happening. Dekulian tells Sylvia that she has done well and thanks her before leaving the room. Sylvia also wants to thank Dekulian. Sylvia stares at the magic and thinks of the pressure she has been getting to become an archmage. But now she feels relief and thinks that magic in itself is plenty beautiful. Later, Alan gets in Luna's room and tells her that time is up. Luna puts up a smile and says what a shame. Alan gets closer and says, "You did very well, Luna." Even until the very end, there were two people attempted this question. Hearing this, Luna asked about Sylvia. Alan shakes his head and sighs that Sylvia solved it all. Hearing this, Luna thinks that she is monster, and she is jealous of her. While solving the questions, Luna has realized that the thought of Dekulian recommendation vanished from her head. The only thing that remained was her inquisitiveness as a mage and the desire for knowledge. Luna is a bit sad as she wanted to answer everything too. She then stands up, says that even though the exam is over, she will still solve this question. She looks at Alan and smiles. Alan smiles back and tells her that he will be cheering for her. Later at night, Luna is waking towards her room. She is too tired to walk. She thinks that she would have felt better if she had answered all the questions. However, she feels sad, thinking that after a tough exam, the only thing that is waiting for her is a door marred with graffiti and a cold bed. As she is walking, her friends come to her and cheers her up. This made Luna cry. So to lighten the mood, her friends crack some jokes and tells that they will have dinner outside today.